in your branch? Anne?
I've been doing this now for 8 years.
Yes, you have.
And initially, I agree with what Debbie said, even though I'm a little more techie than than some people are. I did find that using Camp Docs initially was a challenge, but it has been fantastic. What's great about it, for example, for me right now, is following up with all the girls. Like, our branch was lucky enough to send 19 girls to camp, and trying to send an individual email to each of the girls regarding our upcoming celebration event that got shifted from the 28th to the 21st of September. So alerting all of them, it was great. I was able to do it all in one email. But part of the reason I'm saying this, and Debbie, I think, mentioned, come to these peer group meetings, because Mary is out absolutely fantastic about answering questions, both at the meetings as well as at any of the follow-up questions that we have. And I think the rest of the group is also very, very supportive. So if you are a new person and you need some help, there's a lot of people on this Zoom meeting that are there to support you. I'm lucky enough to have a committee of people who help do the selections at the schools, because we're actually using 7 middle schools that we work with. So depending on how many people you have, how many schools you're using as a new branch coordinator, just try to create a lead person at each of the schools that you can then rely on to help with following up with contacts with the teachers and with the girls, because it can get a little overwhelming if you're doing if you're trying to do it all yourself. So those would be a couple of thoughts that I have, but this group is a really supportive group. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, and then take advantage of the chat. Put your question in the chat. You'll be amazed at how many responses you'll get. So Lucy, question again. Comment. Oh, you're on mute. Whoops. There we go.
I was just going to say a very similar thing about, I've been the camp coordinator on my own for 3 years, and a couple of years before that as a co-coordinator. And the camp doc just about did me in at first. It was really stretching me. But Mary is such a help, and coming to the peer group things it's really, really helpful. And when I came last year, I thought, oh yeah, that person's asking the question I asked last year, but now I know. And so there are other people that are there that can help too, but I also recommend when the office hours start on Fridays, Mary has helped me out of countless emergencies that I've had, and it's just made all the difference in me continuing to do this and feel successful. So I thank you, but the others have a wealth of information too. So we're a team.
That's right.
You can call
it. Thank you for that. Lee.
This is my second year, and I was a co-chair last year and am again this year. But another thing coming that we haven't received yet is there's step-by-step instructions for everything we do. And there's about I was just counting, there's like 6 different major efforts. One to get to the teachers, one to get the names from the teachers to the kids, get the kids to apply, select the kids, make sure they get to camp. So it's like these different you can do in like a weekend kind of effort, like a few hours on the weekend, not the whole weekend or anything. So it becomes much more clear as you go through it.
Yeah, it does. It does. And then that, oh, it's that time of year. Now I got to get ready to do this. I better poke at my school and say I'm coming. Karen.
Hi. Yep. So anyway, I've been a branch coordinator with Camp Doc this past year as a co-coordinator, but I was a branch coordinator years ago when we were still doing paper, piles and piles of paper. And it's definitely, Camp Doc has definitely made it a lot easier to keep everything coordinated and everything visual without having to flip through a bunch of paper. One thing we have done for years with Torrance is that when we get the nominations from the teachers, well, first of all, we go to our district offices, let them know that we would like to include their middle schools in the Tech Trek program again this year to get their permission to contact their teachers. We just don't go straight to the teachers. We check with the schools first, and then we get, and the district, and then we go out to the teachers. When we get the names for the nominations, we try to have a face-to-face with the girls, and we also include the alumni from the previous year to talk about the program, ask the girls if they have any questions about it, explain the program, have the girls from previous years talk about what they experienced and what they could get out of it, that type of thing. So in case they just, so they can make the decision if they want to apply or not. The other thing is when we do our orientation, we also have our T-TAG girls come in as well, work with the girls, answer their questions, and be there. And, we have the T-TAG girls and alumni all through all the programs, even at Celebration, which is next Tuesday. We'll have our T-TAG girls there working with them as well, and being there answering questions for the parents, and as well as showing the parents, the principals, the educators, and most definitely our sponsors, what the girls did and what they accomplished. With all the thank you notes that we received from our campers, and we sent 30 girls last year, 22 to the Whittiers and 8 to San Diego. And with all the thank you notes that we received, they were overwhelmingly very enthusiastic about the program, what they experienced, and what they got out of it. They couldn't thank the Tech program enough for what they were able to experience. So that alone, just sharing that information with them as well, and getting the past campers in there, definitely helps support and gives you the support when you go out and try to pull the information together, because the parents hear it, and we have them spread the word, as they talk to their classmates.
Thank you all.
That's
so you get the girls together before, as they've been nominated, rather
Yes.
than after
we go to their school, and we, of course, we get permission from the principal, and usually it's at their lunchtime, and have them meet with us in a conference room. We they know they've been nominated. We talk to them about the program, what it could possibly present to them. We have the previous year's girls attend and talk to them as well, answer any questions, see if, so they have a better understanding of what's involved with and what the program can offer them. And then as they get nominated, we get the paperwork and get them to Camp Doc, and then we meet with them again, of course, during our orientation program and so on.
And I would say that there's probably one or two, there's only a few branches that do the pre-application kind of review with them.
A lot of it is because we have a lot of families that are very reluctant to let their girls out of their sight. It also gives the girls a little more information so that they can pass it on to their parents as well, and kind of helps along that way.
Yeah. Wynn, welcome back. You're on mute. Let's get you off mute.
Okay, so my question is just, do you know who will be the director at UCSB?
Right now, Alice Matthews will be one of the directors. That's the recommendation that's going in. She was the co-director at UCS San Diego this year, and she's also been a longtime DM at several camps and a longtime branch coordinator. So she's been involved with Tech Trek in various capacities for as long as I've been around, and maybe even a little longer. Karen.
So is she from around here, or where does she live?
Torrance.
She's
Torrance?
in Torrance. She was my co-director this past year, and we've been directors and co-s back, for a while with Torrance.
Okay.
She's also a member of Beach Cities. In fact,
Yeah.
she's our branch treasurer.
And she's also one of the
Take on a
advisors.
lot of hats.
Right, that's true. And she's also one of the advisors for the TTAG group for beach
Right.
cities and Torrance.
Okay, all right, good, thank you.
Cool. And by the way, Barb Levy and Carol Koch, they joined us at UC Santa Barbara last week. We went for a tour to look at the new potential res halls, and they joined us there. So they were involved and are involved as we go through the whole process.
Okay,
Okay,
all right, thank you.
you're welcome. Barb.
Okay, so I'm brand new to this. I'm a new branch coordinator.
Uh-huh.
So first of all, I don't even know, how do you get to know how to use Camp Doc? What's your recommendation? Go to office hours, or what do you suggest?
Yeah, probably go to office hours, but that won't start. I mean, what I'll do is send you, I can send you a little thing to just kind of get you kick-started, but
Okay.
you know, the first thing to do is try and go in and see how can I find my campers from 2023 and 2024. That's probably a good thing for you to figure out how to do. How do I look through here to see how I can pull up a list or a report of who my campers were. So
Okay, and then how do you, I don't even know, because I did it a little bit, but hardly.
yeah.
Like, can anybody put the website on the chat, or just Google AUW Camp Doc, or?
I'm going to send you an email from Camp Doc, and it'll
Perfect,
have a little
thank you.
stuff in it.
And then what time are the office hours on Friday?
Usually they're like 3:30 in the afternoon, 3:30 to 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Usually.
We're going to get all this information, aren't we?
You will get all the information, and it's up
Great.
on our site, and it's going to be, I think I stuck the PDF for this, which is the slides for tonight. I put
Thank
it
you.
right.
And then my last question, and I'm sure you're on it, is just the forms that we need to send to the schools, et cetera. Do you send those to us in November, October?
So on that last page, right, attached a bunch of different things like flyer and some other things. Let me
Yes.
see if I can go back to it. This one here. So on this page here,
Yeah, I saw
all
that.
of these are links.
Okay.
So, and they'll take you to a document or something that you're going to be able to look at. But there is an actual website. Let me see if I can. That will have all of the forms and documents that you might need will be there. Everything else is going to be in Camp Doc. And I'm going to paste this link
All right, thank
in
you.
the chat.
Okay, thank you.
The slides are available right now. The PDF is available. You
Okay,
all
thank you.
have the link for the PDF. So
I
Where's
see
the
that.
link?
Thank you.
Is the link in chat, or is it?
yeah, I put it right at let me put it in again. I'm going to copy and paste it again.
Mary, are the forms still available on the California website under Tech Track?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so that's another place for people to be able to access them.
Yeah. So if you look at, this is basically what
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
the primary page that we use looks something like this. So it's this website, it's forms and documents.
Okay.
The stuff that's up on the top here, that's the stuff that's going to require an AUW CA password.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff below that is just, and like, I don't have a what's new in 2025 yet. That'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. But like some of the information, the camper selection criteria, that doesn't change, right? This document's going to be available for you. It says January 2024, but there's no content in here that's different. So you can use this and download it and start inputting your information there.
Okay.
So there's just, there's just a whole bunch of different things that you can, the Tech Trek letter to schools. This is really the information that you'll use to send to teachers. And this would be an email that you would be able to customize with the teacher's name. It's an email template, and it gives you the teacher some instructions if they want to send the email. Many teachers go ahead and say, you send the email to the parent. I'll give you the names. I'll give you the emails. You send the email to the parents. If you need an email, for instance, if you need some kind of a document that gives parents permission to have the teacher do it for them, for instance, we have that available. We can help you with that. And a lot of that will be in CampDoc already, but we can also create some external documents if we need to do that. That will accomplish that. Mary.
Well, I know everybody is, you know, there's some nervousness here, but really, if you're just patient and the things will come along when they're meant to come along, if you want to look at some of the stuff, because there's just a wealth of information on that AAUW page about Tech Track documents and forms, so much information. But, you know, it's, I think Sandra said it so well, you know, about just being patient and sticking with it. And Mary, of course, is a great help. But I will say that I tried to get to my 2023 campers on CampDoc, you know, a month or so ago, and I just, you know, just got nowhere. So a little, you know, so at some point, and I felt very comfortable with CampDoc. I mean, you know, comfortable enough. But somehow,
I'll just warn everybody, don't worry that you deleted them. You didn't delete anything. Nothing gets deleted in CampDoc, right? Okay, so everything is there. It's just you may not be able to find it because it's not filtering properly. And every time that we transition after a camp season, because everything is set up to look at isn't passed. So once we go through a camp season, everybody transitions to is passed. And so when you go to look for them with the old filter of isn't passed, you'll see zip. You'll see nobody. So you have to remember, it's like, oh yeah, I got to remember to click the is versus isn't and try and look for people that way. But I think that be patient. We'll be able to work through it. If you have any questions for how do I find somebody, don't worry that you did something wrong, that you deleted something accidentally. You didn't. We can always recover it. So not to worry. And the same thing with Google Drive. If you find something on Google Drive, if you make a change in it, I can figure out who made the change. So not to worry about that. It's one of those things that just, yeah, don't stress yourself out about it. We'll all get through this together. Kay.
Yes, I just became the branch coordinator this summer. So I'm kind of lost in this discussion about Google Docs and access to things. In starting this, should I just start by going into the state website with that one sheet that you showed us that had documents and things on it? Is that my starting point?
Yeah, that's probably a good starting point. There's the document that I included at the end of the PDF, just with all the different links. That's also a good starting point because there's something in there that talks. It's actually more an instructions thing, but the same documents are up on the website. So, I mean, that's a great place to start.
Okay. Now, do you send any regular emails to us just as branch coordinators?
Most of them will come through CampDoc.
Okay, so I got to get into CampDocs.
No, you'll get an email that will have a header on it that'll say CampDoc. So I'll send you the emails through CampDoc, but I will get you into CampDoc as a coordinator. All coordinators are in CampDoc. So you are all going to be providers in CampDoc, and that way I can make sure I'm communicating with you when the time comes to send different pieces of information, right? So it all goes through CampDoc.
Okay, thank you.
We also can work through the state communications. You'll get some stuff through the state, through AAUW California. Periodically, we'll send out emails through them. But for the most part, it's going to come through CampDoc.
Okay, I just need to double check and make sure that I'm in the system.
I will get you in.
Okay, great. Thank
I
you.
will make sure you're in there, Kay, not to
Thank
worry.
you.
Yes, Sandra. Michaela.
Oh, one thing I found was helpful was if we're having trouble with the tech, you can imagine the parents and you don't want to lose the applicants. So we set up a time at the library where we helped parents and the applicants fill out their forms, answered any questions, got them in. So I found that very helpful, and they found that helpful, and I think they were comforted that they had my email and they could email me and ask questions.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, when you told me you were doing that, I thought that has to be really helpful to some of the parents that need that extra little bit of help. And if you happen to have somebody there that also speaks Spanish, that would be wonderful too.
And we did. We did. So
it's like, yeah, trying to explain the tech in Spanish too is like, okay. Yeah. Barbara.
So I have to miss the November, I think it's 21st meeting. I'm going to be in El Salvador. So excited. So I have 3 people on my committee. Is there any way to get someone else on my committee able to see this Zoom? Can they
Sure.
also come in?
You just
So
have
how does that-
them send them the link, have them register.
Great. I'll send
That's all.
it. We'll just register for it.
Yeah, they should be fine. Any other questions, peoples?
Thank you so much.
You are very welcome, and it's nice to be starting over again this year and starting with a new year. Just so everybody knows, I am through my cancer treatment. I am on the road to recovery now, so I'm in remission formally. And
Congratulations.
Wow,
Thank
that's
you.
great. I was just about to ask
Yeah.
how you were doing.
No hair yet, but it's
That's okay.
this too shall come back. And it's like, for somebody who's always had short hair, it's kind of weird to have no hair, but I'm dealing with it.
I liked it when you had the henna.
Yeah, I know the henna. I haven't had that one in. I was actually thinking body paint. Remember Goldie Hawn in what was the name of that show?
Laugh-In.
Laugh-In.
Oh, yeah.
Body paint everything. I'm thinking, I wonder if that would work on your scalp too. I'm sure it would. Body paint. Something to try. Yeah, Barb.
Well, the Bloomin' group does it, so I imagine.
There you go. I think I could probably.
That's right. You're right. They do.
That's funny. Okay, so I will make.
Thank you so much.
You're
Looking
always
forward to
welcome.
working this year.
Well, I'm going to we'll make an audio for people who like to ride in their car. So I will have an audio MP3 that we'll upload, and then I'll do the video. So you'll have both pieces of that. And then, you know what I didn't do? I forgot to do is transcripts. So somebody remind me the next time in case I forget to show captions so that we can have transcripts, and that way you can read through it after. Okay. So remind
Not
me
that
the next
easy
time.
to read through it. It's
I
not,
know it isn't.
it's not,
very
and not
helpful.
that helpful. Yeah,
I know. I'll send y'all one of the AI summaries sometime. It's amazing what they think we said. Imagine just letting the computer listen. Goodness gracious. Okay. Thank you again for.
Thank you.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Mimi. Keep
I
up
know.
the good. Keep
Yep.
strong.
Yep. Thank you.